Supportive of somebody right now, but the person I'm going to be supportive of is a random person. It's actually a child. I am in support of little Mr. Saint West because this child, 7 years old, all of 7, yesterday went viral because he gave the middle finger to the paparazzi. And all I got to say is, you do you, Saint West, because you know what? You are 7. You didn't ask for this lifestyle. You didn't ask for a bunch of grown, strange, who knows what they got hiding in their bags, adults, to follow you around with their gigantic 10-foot camera lenses and snap photos of you when all you want to do is go to Toys R Us or whatever toy store is still functioning to this day. I think it's wrong for paparazzi to take photos of children. I think it should be illegal, especially in California. My gosh, if anywhere, California. And if I were Kim Kardashian, because she was with him, apparently she scolded him. I watched the video a few times. If you want to see the video, they're literally just Google Saint West. You're going to see all the articles. So if you want to see his little middle finger go up to the paparazzi, all you got to do is Google his name. I am 100% for this child letting the paparazzi know how he feels about them. And the reason why is because, like I said, he's a child. He's a minor. It should be illegal to photograph minors without the permission of the parent. I know that the Kardashians are one of those families who have allegedly called the paparazzi to wherever they are. But I'd like to think they don't do that when their children are present. And I'd like to think that they're so famous at this point they don't need to do that anymore. 833-212-1017. I'm starting off hot. I am all about Saint West flipping off the paparazzi because I think they deserve it, because they shouldn't be taking photos of him because he's innocent and he's a kid and he didn't ask for that life. How do y'all feel about it, though? 833-212-1017. Ben, how you feel about a 7-year-old flipping off some adults?
It's amazing. No, seriously. Honestly, it is amazing because this is the culture. This is the culture that has been permeated, right? Like, for some odd reason, I don't know why, but parents encourage their children to actually act this way, right? Like, I've actually seen parents laugh because their child flips off a teacher, right? Or gets to cussing at the teacher. You know, all I can really say about this is that Saint West is honestly Kanye West's son. Okay, because Kanye had a big vendetta against the paparazzi. He once before said that the paparazzi would one day have to pay per picture that they actually take of Kanye West. You know what? If Kanye don't get that actual what am I looking for? If he doesn't get that miracle that he actually put out into the world, I know one person will get it, and it will be Saint West who will reap those benefits.
What does that have to do with him flipping off the paparazzi is my only question.
It has everything to do with him flipping off the paparazzi, all right? Kanye West was beefing with the paparazzi prior to Saint West even being born. Mind you, I got to throw this little tidbit out there, okay? Because these celebrity kids, I don't know what is in their milk, but they age fast, all right?
I know, it's giving Saint was just born, but in Saint's defense, he's number 2 out of 4, so you're probably confusing him with, one of the other siblings. 833-212-1017. I need to know, how do you feel about, first off, kids being photographed by the paparazzi, and second off, Saint West flipping off the paparazzi to show them his disdain? By the way, he's not the first kid to do this. I think North did it at one point. I just remember it for some reason.
She stuck her tongue out.
Oh, was it that? Oh, it wasn't as aggressive as a middle finger. But Kim did allegedly discipline him. Like I said, the video I watched.
When and how?
They said as soon as it happened, like as they were going around the corner, they said she was like yelling at him about it, like saying like, don't do that. But like I said, I didn't hear it and I listened for it.
See, that's that soft parenting. We always talk about.
Why is that
parenting.
soft?
That's soft. Just yelling at your child. Okay, if your child is being disrespectful towards adults, you know what you're supposed to do. You got to take them to that bathroom. So everything that you do give to that child can be private,
I suppose. Now, it could be that because she's a public figure, she's Kim Kardashian, people are going to have, critiques no matter what. She probably felt like, I have to discipline this child right here, right now, so that I don't, get tore up in the blogs about how I let my kids give the middle finger to whoever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she almost has to be thinking that way now. So I actually do respect her disciplining in the moment if she did. My thing is, I think it's a weird double-edged sword, though, because you shouldn't be photographing my child. If anything, we're both giving the middle, we're giving the bird together. You know what I mean? I'm stooping down at his level, and I'm doing it at the same time as him. We're going to make it into a handshake or something because you're not about to photograph my kid.
But didn't the Kardashians sign up for this lifestyle? Like, isn't there some...
But did their kids?
I think they did. I think they sold their kids into
Really?
this. They sold their kids into Hollywood for sure. I mean, Northwest will never be able to get away from a camera ever in her life. And this is one of the things that Kanye, this is why he was even running for president in the first place, because he wanted to ultimately save his kids from this lifestyle. Because he understands that at the end of the day, that this lifestyle, this Hollywood lifestyle can become addictive and it can corrupt even the best of human beings. So he doesn't want a child named Saint West. He doesn't want a child named Northwest. I forget his other two children's names, but he doesn't want his children to become possessed by this Hollywood limelight, get addicted to the flashes of cameras, you know.
I actually would argue that Kanye probably came up with the name Saint because he was in his Saint Pablo era and all that when Saint was born.
No, he named him. But that's my exact point though. You know, we always talk about like there's power to names, right? Like there's a power to the name Benjamin. There's a power if I call my son Saint, if I name him Saint, I want him to be some kind of holier than thou figure one day. I want him to live a righteous life. And how can he if he's born into Hollywood where we know there's sex, money, drugs? And this child is only 7, right? So now he also ultimately has what would I want to call it, paparazzi. Some kind of people who want to attack him in some kind of
leeches.
Yeah, they want to leech off of Saint West. They want to sell his pictures, 2 different tabloids, 2 different magazines, all for their own gain. And he's only a kid. And just like you said before, man. Honestly, I truly wholeheartedly agree. No child should just have their picture taken just randomly by some stranger, some grown man who's probably fat and sloppy and smells weird and probably eats pizza in his mom's basement, but goes out in the middle of the night to go capture a picture of a child. I mean, what kind of adult are you, right? But they'll do that to exploit your child for profit. And you know, that's because we're in America. This is a capitalistic society, right? But it's just one of these ideas where no child, every child should be safe from that type of limelight. Every child should be safe from the paparazzi. Like, man, how can we actually take care of our children when the media and the tabloids are out there are so quick to exploit them at every chance they get? It seems dangerous. But you know what? Maybe that's why Saint West had to flip him off. Like, get out of my face, all right? I know I'm Kanye West's kid. Get out of my face. I know I'm Kim Kardashian's kid. Get out of my face. All right, so like you said before, though, Mel, you know, this is more so of an idea of what's the difference in between what's right and what's wrong, you know, because Kim Kardashian has to walk a fine line. Saint West has to walk a fine line, although he's 7 years old, in between actually being a normal human being and actually being somewhat kind of this celebrity figure that people want to ultimately, in some kind of sense, worship. You know, and I think that's kind of sad for Saint West to be 7 years old and already have to go through this kind of treatment already.
But the thing is, he's 7. He didn't sign up for this. He didn't choose which womb he came out of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or did he?
I mean, maybe his spirit did, and we can get into all that on a different day. But in regards to his human self, his current 7-year-old innocent minor self, he didn't choose this life. So to answer your question, I think the way we stop this is to make it illegal to photograph minors. I mean, honest to God, like really, let's like for real sit and think about this. I know the paparazzi have a job to do.
Yeah.
But imagine just walking down the streets of Milwaukee and a random stranger with a long lens is across the street pointedly holding that camera at your child's face and clicking away. Like, imagine that. I understand that celebrities, quote unquote, sign up for, but their kids don't. So try to put yourself in their shoes and remove the celebrity from it. Those kids are normal humans. Those kids, Saint West is not a celebrity.
Right.
Depending on who you ask, he is, but he's not. He is the child of a celebrity, and he should be treated as a child, not a child of a celeb. Kim Kardashian knows how to work it. She knows the game. She knows how to play the angles and do the things.
An adult.
She's an adult. Saint West is an innocent 7-year-old little mini human who didn't sign up for this life. He's adorable. I think he's so sweet, and they pushed him over the edge. I think he is so cute. I physically can't stand how cute he is. But my point, he's a minor, and you should not be photographing him. Like, if one of these kids out here in the 3rd Street Market Hall was just running around being adorable, and I had my phone recording them, wouldn't that be weird and creepy? Like, what are you about to do with those photos? Same with the paparazzi. We don't know that you about to sell those photos. You could be keeping those in storage.
And keeping it in your mom's basement, eating your pizza.
I'm just saying. So why is it not illegal to take photos of these children?
Right.
That's what I think is going to solve it. I think it's BS, and I feel bad for these parents because they got to go out. Their kids have to live their lives. That's why Michael Jackson covered Blinkett's eyes with a bag and used to have them wearing Halloween costumes in December because he didn't want anybody to know what his kids looked like. And notice, we didn't know what those kids' faces looked like until that man passed away, and it was his very publicized funeral. That was the first time any of us saw them.
Are those even his kids?
It doesn't matter, Ben. My point is we never saw Michael Jackson's kids until he died, and he made a point, and people used to make fun of him because they would be dressed like the Ninja Turtles in June, and people are like, why are you dressed like that? For this very reason. He does not want random, creepy, strange adults to take photos of his kid. And I'm actually really irritated by this paparazzi. I'm mad at them for thinking it's okay. Like now, I'm gonna come from a place of mama bear because I don't have human kids yet. I have little, fur friends. But I love children. I think they are so innocent. They are so sweet. You only get 17 years to be a kid, and then you're an adult in this big old gray, scary world. But for those 17 years, you're innocent. And I think we should treat them as such. It bothers me, and I don't think we should allow the paparazzi to take photos of them. So, going back to my original point, St. West, I stand with you. You let them know how you feel. But now, I want to know how y'all feel about that. 833-212-1017. I'm going to read a few texts real quick before we go to break because we got to get to a really dope interview here in a second. KP said, kids should never give the finger to an adult. That's very disrespectful behavior. Let the parent know what happened, and the parent should handle the situation in a mature manner. Now, I do agree with you, but if I got to be really honest, if my kid, if we put ourselves in these shoes and Saint was my kid and I was Kim K, I would be like, yep, I get it. Do you? And I'm sorry. It's only because I think it's very creepy that adults think it's okay to take photos of children. Otherwise, I agree with you, KP. Very much so. LT said, no child should be flipping off anybody. At 7, how does he even know what that means? If he is flipping off people, he is not innocent. LT, he's a 7-year-old little boy. You know dang well that you knew what the bird was probably around age 4 or 5. Let's just be very honest here. He goes to school. He learns from his friends. And he has an older sibling and older cousins and all the things. And he's exposed to a lot. They're on TikTok. They're on whatever blocks it's called. They're on a lot of different things, okay? Last text I'll read. I'm not going to read that, Spike Lee. Okay, anyway. We got an interview coming up next, and then after we get done with our interview, we're going to come back to a little bit of this parenting discussion, but we're going to take it to a different level. So we're going to close the door on this St. West discussion. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for texting. Coming up next, we got an interview with Forever Media. They are a Black-owned leading media company, and they are dedicated to amplifying diverse voices and driving positive change in the media. They've got a great conference coming up. We're going to have a really great discussion with the owner and founder, Jamar Jones. I see you back there, so make sure y'all stay locked.
Don't touch that dial. Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Thank you, Truth Nation. Your willingness to share your stories with our community has helped make the Tori Lowe Show a 2-time First Place Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Award winner.
Hey, I'm tapping in for the Milwaukee County Jail. Yeah, man, they treating us real bad up in here, man. I mean, they had us sleeping in feces and urine. They took the batteries from us, told us there wasn't no batteries in stock. I ain't never heard that in my life.
We do this all for you, Milwaukee. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join us for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 6th and 7th at Baird Convention Center in downtown Milwaukee and virtually on December 5th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. Keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 6th and 7th. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com. Let's move forward together.
One call, that's all means so much to our community. Gruber Law Offices is such a community staple that we here love and know the impact that they make in all of our communities. And that is why they love to be part of Milwaukee and serving those in our community, because they are part of our community. This passion that they have for Milwaukee, and we all know the passion that they have for Milwaukee, it's the same passion they will have for you if you hire Gruber Law Offices as the law firm to help you or a loved one who has been injured or hurt in an accident. Their result speaks for itself. You've seen the results. So if you or a loved one or someone you know has been injured in an accident, do not hesitate to make one call, that's all, and give Gruber Law Offices a call at 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666, or visit Gruber Law Offices at gruber-law.com. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
This is 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and the time is now, Milwaukee. You know, perspective is essential. What I found is the news behind the news is more important. I want you to leave my show with a sense of knowing what was missing that adds depth to the conversation. Tune in Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, or 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And now I'm here, and you're sitting there cold stairs, wishing you was here when back then I'd be right there, but I had a little treat myself fair, cause you never could've.
Are y'all tired of paying rent to a landlord? Are you ready to build your own equity? Well, team up with Axe Housing, actshousing.org. That's their website. You can get started on your virtual orientation with their awesome coaches. They've already helped over 3,000 families buy their home, and you can be next. And they're still looking for some general contractors. Make sure you visit them at actshousing.org right now. Also, I got to tell you about my friends over at Associated Bank, because they know opportunity cannot wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their Community Uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get your funds in as little as one business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a Community Uplift loan and other business banking services. You can visit them right now at associatedbank.com. All right, we are in studio now with Jamar Jones, the founder of Forever Media. How are you, Jamar? Hold on. I don't think you're on. Okay, there you go. Now you're on.
Okay.
There you go. That was just a mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. You feel me?
I'm doing great. Blessed.
Very blessed to be here with you. First off, I want to talk about Forever Media before we get into what's happening next week. What is Forever Media?
Yeah, so we our focus is that we amplify diverse voices. So we do that through sharing immersive, inspiring stories. Also on our podcast, which is also going to be on the Truth Radio as well. And also we do a lot of immersive events as well. So just like the Lead the Movement Business Conference that we're doing, which is really our marquee event. And we also specialize in launching podcasts for companies as well. So from start to finish, we can launch your podcast and get all the design, strategy, everything, and then also the promotion and execution around it.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
When I was reading about you guys, and I think you mentioned it just now as well, you talk about amplifying diverse voices. So who is Forever Media for?
Honestly, like, I get that question a lot because it's really for everybody. I mean, we're really good at bringing people that are outside of your circle into your purview, so that way you can actually engage with other people that are not directly within your circle. So we're really good. So that's why we're really catering to a lot of the Black and brown communities, Latino, Asian, but really just all walks of life. Because my whole philosophy is that you have to evaluate your current circle and then get into new ones if you want to be able to kind of expand and really get to where you're trying to go and be in more of an inclusive world. And so to do that, you have to gain those experiences. So for me, like, I'm trying to get everybody in a room and just be able to communicate and talk to each other.
I really appreciate that. I think that there's a lack of that in Milwaukee, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like there's a lack of it in, whatever city they reside in. And it's because there's a lack of resources or they don't know who to go to or who to ask. So I'm curious, before we talk about the conference, where did that even come from? Was it because you felt there was a need for it, or I'm just curious?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's through my my personal journey. I've been kind of grateful to be able to be in so many different circles, so many different rooms, and I see the benefit, you know. And I have this kind of unique way of going into all these different spaces, all these different environments with what I do. But I really learned that through. I used to work in IT, but also I was a hip hop artist for 11 years of my life. So I had these two worlds that were so different, but I had to go and play in both of those worlds all the time. And I just saw the benefit of constantly changing your circle. So as I got older, and then also a lot of the conversation that definitely started to bubble up, I'm like, this is very important to me, to get people to really change their circle and be in these different environments. So that way they can grow that perspective, and honestly create change.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I think we get so comfortable,
Yeah.
and comfort almost turns into complacency at times. And it is important to continue to expand your circle, your network. I always say I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to always continue to learn. And I think a big part of that is expanding your network, you know. Well, with that being said, you've got a way for us to help expand our networks with the conference coming up. So it's coming up next Friday, September 29th. You mentioned it before. It's the Lead the Movement conference.
Yeah.
It's at the Henry Meyer Summerfest grounds.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about it and tell us why people should go to this conference.
It is the ultimate business and community conference. We are doing something that is normally in Atlanta or Vegas or LA, New York. We're doing it right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Last year was at the Pfizer Forum. This year, we're doing it at the Henry Meyer Festival Park. It is the ultimate way for you to change your circle, be able to collaborate with businesses, other professionals. We have a career fair, so if you're looking for a job change, or maybe you recently were laid off and you need another opportunity, and you're looking to network, we have a career fair there. There's an esports area. You can learn about podcasting. We have Tesla also as a sponsor, so we're getting a fleet of Teslas if you want to go check that out. And we have awesome people from New York to LA that are going to be on the panels of real discussion, so you can really learn about these new trends, these new waves that are happening, especially like with AI, the way on how the world is moving. And you can say, hey, I'm here to learn and amplify my business, my career. It's the best way. That there's a lot of niched events in Milwaukee. We are the one that brings everything together, almost like the Olympics of a business conference. And so we're bringing everybody together to really collaborate and build relationships and really just change people's trajectory of their life.
I love that. That's really wonderful. Talking to Jamar Jones, he's the founder of 4 Eva Media, spelled like the number 4. Okay, so you talked about why people should come out to attend. You talked about all of the different things that you're going to offer, which very expansive. I love the different options people have. I'm sitting here now, though, and I'm like, all right, so I'm in journalism. Would this make sense for me? I'm in business. Would that make sense for me? I'm in IT. Like, are there certain pockets of people that you think this makes more sense for, or do you think it's more of a conference where, I mean, really anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this for a specific group of people? I'm just curious.
Yeah, so it's really for entrepreneurs, so business owners.
Yep.
Also, I would say business professionals that are managers of people.
Okay,
so
that's good to know.
You are, within all different, I would say, industries.
Yep.
And then we're really catering this to students because we want those internships. We want people to find real job placements. So if you're a post-grad or you're about to graduate, like, this is the conference for you to go and network. I mean, just because you got that degree doesn't mean that you're guaranteed everything in life.
Facts. Yeah.
So you got to go and network. You got to go and collaborate and connect with others. And so that's really what this conference is for. And because of that unique crowd, we're just going to have such an impactful event where people are really going to be able to make some meaningful connections.
This is your second?
Yeah, second one. Yep.
Was it pretty diverse as in age last year? Because I think that's another thing.
Yes.
People want, like, I'm 18 or I'm 30 or I'm 50. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it pretty diverse as far as the age? Okay, good.
Yes,
great.
Very diverse, just because of the different businesses that we have
right.
That are there. I mean, everybody from U.S. Bank, Northwestern Mutual, Generac, Red Bull. We got Tesla, BMW. The list goes on and on. Herzing University, so shout out Herzing. They're in the same building. But yeah, that we got so many different groups, so we're bringing all different ages to the event. Yeah,
that's great. One more question for you.
Yeah.
How can people register to attend?
Yeah, so ltmconference.com is the website, ltmconference.com. People can register there, get your tickets. It's $50 for general, $25 for students, and then $150 for VIP. You get the VIP experience. Everybody's going to be driven in Teslas over to the VIP happy hour.
Oh, y'all fancy. Wait a minute. Hold on now. May have to pull up. No, I love that's great. So, yeah, got to give them the VIP experience.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really dope. And you know what? It's stuff like that first off makes people feel valued and it keeps them coming back.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you want to give them that.
Sure.
So Ben has a few questions before we wrap up. And then before we go too, if there's any other info you want to give us, please feel free.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you know what, Jamar? One of my questions, because at the end of the day, this expo that you're putting together, this event that you have actually put together, sounds stupendous, right? This sounds like a really amazing event that you actually put together. My biggest question is, what are a few of the challenges that you actually came across while trying to put this together? Because I'm hearing you say, hey, you know what? If you want to see what the Teslas are looking like, I got Teslas down there for you. If you want to actually figure out ways to jumpstart your business, I'll have different people down there that you can network with so you can actually help jumpstart your business. What are the challenges that you faced?
Yeah, I think some of the biggest challenges is just getting people to believe. So, I did it last year at the Pfizer Forum, and that was really the concept. That was the idea, and I brought it to life.
Yeah.
And so now that we've actually successfully done it one year, and we're doing it again this year, people actually can see it, and they're like, oh, my God, like I'm starting to believe in what you're doing. So I think the hardest part is that when you have such a grand idea and you're putting it in front of people, sometimes people can't see your vision as far as you do. And so they don't fully comprehend or connect with it. And so really the biggest issue has just been getting people to really invest into this event, show up and show out at this event so that way we can do more of this. This is how innovation starts to actually not only be created here, but also live here in Milwaukee.
Right.
It's because when you invest in it, when you actually participate in it and get people to actually be a part of it, that's the key for this stuff to blossom, to grow to a 1,000-person event is our goal this year. And then we want to get to this to be 10,000, 20,000 people right here in Milwaukee. And that's how you really push economics. That's how you push business growth and job creation.
My next question, Jamar, because you hit on belief right there for a minute, and you were like, one of the hardest things that honestly is getting people to believe. How did you start to become a believer? How did you, in the back of your mind, be like, you know what, one day somehow I'm gonna start my own media company. I'm gonna put together an event, and it's gonna change the world, quote unquote. What were the processes like for you to start to enact that change, or was it an innate thing that you already had?
Yeah, I feel like I've always had. I've been asked that question before, and I feel like I've always had that, like, I'm striving for more. I want more than just myself to have some benefit. And I think it really came and stemmed from when I was doing my music, when I was a motivational hip hop artist. Yeah. Performed for T.I., Snoop Dogg, Keisha Cole, Common, Bone Thugs, list goes on. I was doing 100 shows a year.
Wow.
I was doing a lot of shows, and I was touring around.
My God, that's crazy.
I was doing a lot. So
put the plug out there, son.
It was the hustle. It was like I saw something bigger than myself, and especially when I attached myself to American Cancer Society, and then I started to do the tours and donating my proceeds on tour to American Cancer Society, creating something bigger than myself. So I always wanted to get a lot of people together and grow something and really create change in some way, shape, or form. And so now I'm just doing that through the media portion of it and through business, and it's great. But I think it really just stemmed first. It's just within me.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right though. It all starts with yourself at first. You know what? And in all honesty, I know you got to get out of here, but I'm going to definitely have to invite you over to our Hometown Heroes interviews. I have to schedule that.
Man, I'll be down.
Oh yeah, we can do it.
Let's do it.
It's a lot of pressure. You're now a hometown hero.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want our listeners to know about the conference?
Yeah, so we are supporting 10 nonprofits with our event as well. So come by, support these nonprofits. Anybody, I can name every single one, but Ronald McDonald House, we got Good Friends Inc., we got New State, we got Climb, USA. The list goes on and on. We're just supporting these nonprofits because they're the backbone of our community. So definitely come on out. That's why I say it's the ultimate business and community conference, really helping everybody come together and really just, build this up for Milwaukee and just show up. Like, this is a very inexpensive conference. It's you get access all day. You get food, free parking, everything's there. You have to decide on to show up. The time is now. Definitely get your tickets, ltmconference.com, and I'll see you there.
I love it. Get your tickets right now. Like you said, ltmconference.com. That's next Friday, September 29th from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Henry Meyer Summerfest grounds with a VIP happy hour taking place afterwards from 4:30 to 7. Jamar, thank you so much. I'm really proud of you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're
Mel.
doing some
Appreciate
really
it.
incredible things, and I can't wait to see what else you do in the future.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And we'll
Thank
see you on Hometown Heroes.
Yeah.
No pressure. All right,
It's
y'all.
amazing.
Exactly. If you have any other questions, you can text us, of course, 833-212-1017. We'll be right back.
Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Tory Lowe from 1017 The Truth, and if you're in need of a reliable and compassionate legal representation, look no further than patent law offices where promises are turned into action. They are passionate about fighting for all people of color and offers you their justice is not just discount for all potential BIPOC clients. If you need someone willing to fight for you, please visit patentlawwi.com.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Perspective is essential. What I found is the news behind the news is more important. I want you to leave my show with a sense of knowing what was missing that adds depth to the conversation. Tune in Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, or 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Energy made this one. Yeah. Gangs. You already know what's going on, boy. Alright. Let's get up, boys, over everything. Free Rio. Yes, sir. Let's do it. I ain't got a problem sitting back while all these niggas at the bar, ayy. Foreigns outside, don't need no key to start the cart, ayy. I see haters in my rearview mirror when I park, yeah. Married to the game, I broke all my parts, yeah. Summer on the block with 30,000
I gotta get some shout outs.
Yeah. Trophies on my neck.
Here's to the living room dance studios, to the backyards hosting victory celebrations, the minivans doubling as dancing buses, all the SUVs serving as victory parades. American Family Insurance protects your house and your car because they know they mean more than that. They're the launching pad to your dreams. Now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. So get a quote, find an agent. Learn about their discounts by going to amfam.com. Shout out to Jamar Jones, founder of 4, spelled out like the number 4, Eva Media. Look them up. They've got a really great conference. Their Lead the Movement Business Conference coming up next Saturday. A fairly inexpensive conference, by the way. I was not expecting to hear that. All day. He said they take care of you, food, drinks, support, resources, networking opportunities. I mean, so many things going into this. If you're a business person, an entrepreneur, you're somebody who's looking for a career change, looking to network, or you're somebody who's already in the media and you're just looking for an additional place to go and talk to people about your journey and hear about their stories, etc., go to the Lead the Movement Business Conference presented by 4EVA Media next Friday, the 29th, Henry Meyer Festival Park, aka Summerfest, and we're going to be there. We're broadcasting live from there, so you can see us, come pull up and say hello. But yeah, do that.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to network with however many people I can network with. That's one of my most favorite things that I personally love to do, because at the end of the day, you'll only go as far as the 5 people you talk to each and every day for no reason. All right, so if you're talking to some bums on the corner who don't got nothing going for their life, don't got nothing going for themselves, you're going to be just like them. However, if you're talking to a gentleman like Bill Gates or Elon Musk each and every day, well, you end up more like them, and you might end up on, never mind. But you get where I'm going with this. So
you are who you keep company with.
Mm-hmm, exactly. You got to change up your circle so you can be a billionaire one day, too.
Well, speaking of billionaires, we talked about a billionaire earlier and her 7-year-old son flipping off the paparazzi. This inspired a question that I want to ask all of the parents who are listening. Do you allow your child to curse? Is that a thing? And if you do, at what point? Is it like, okay, when they get to a certain age, when they get to a certain emotional maturity or just overall maturity? Is it when they're grown? Is it they can cuss but not around you? Give me the details. 833-212-1017. I have a lot of thoughts. To this day, I'm 32, right? I would never swear in front of my mom. Never.
I don't believe
then,
you. You capping.
I'm putting my hand on an invisible Bible. Call Gabby right now. She will snap on me if I were. That's why, to be really honest with y'all, not only for my brand, but also because of my mom. Notice I don't cuss on the radio. Like, if you want to listen to me, I keep it clean. Like, if you want to listen to some clean, usually child-friendly, depending on what Ben's talking about, radio, listen to your girl right here, because I literally do not curse. I'm telling y'all, my brain makes a flip. When I'm in public, when I'm somewhere that I think my mom can hear what I'm saying, I promise you, to this day, and probably for the rest of my life, I will never curse in front of my mom. We were so disciplined, we couldn't even say the word hate growing up. I once told my stepdad,
it's a strong word.
It is a strong word, but I didn't know that when I was a kid. And it is. If you say you hate someone or something, that's that's just about as bad as it can get, in my opinion. But I once told my stepdad, I'll never forget it, when I was 5 years old, that I hated him. And he was like, don't you ever say you hate someone again. And both him and my mom gave me this long speech about it. And it's one of my core memories. I'll literally never forget that speech. I was like 5, barely talk, and they're telling me about not saying the word hate. But I've always remembered it. And to this day, I will never disrespect my mom and curse in front of her. I don't even talk about sex with my mom. I only just started talking about sex with my mom like within the last year.
Man, I don't believe
I know,
you.
because you know me.
Duh.
And in real life, I'm the opposite of everything I'm saying to you. But Ben, I'm being serious. The way I am with you and the homies, I'm not like that with my mom. I'm so respectful. I'm so clean around my mom. It's not even funny.
I mean, you're right, though. I mean, it's your mom. You're supposed to put her up on a pedestal and always be respectful, you know.
But I want to know, how do y'all feel about your kids cursing? Because I do have, childhood friends where growing up, we could cuss at their house. I didn't, because honestly, even when I was a kid, Ben, even privately, I never cursed until I got to high school because I always felt like my mom was lurking. You know what I mean? Like I always thought she could hear
one
me.
out.
Never. Not until high school.
God dang it.
No, not until I joined the track and field team because, you know, when you do track and field in high school, you were seniors, so they were cussing all over and I just fell into it. And I'm just kidding. But real talk, I actually think cursing is not very ladylike.
I feel you on
You
that.
know what I mean? Like, it's kind of gross. Like, I don't like when people curse just to curse. It's like, find a different way to express yourself vibes. But we got Miss Shack on the line. I want to hear her opinion. What's up, Miss Shack, all dressed in black? How are you doing? I'm sure you have something cute on today, but does your cute self allow your kids to curse? Are you one of those parents, or do you say, nah, don't curse, baby?
Hey, Melanie, ew, and the Good Karma brand. Yes, I had to respond because, first of all, I want to say to Benjamin, I love, and I've been, wanting to say this in your Wednesday's talks, that the social psychology that he brings to the table, I just absolutely love it. But I did allow we couldn't curse, and hate was a word that subliminally we couldn't say. It was like the F-bomb word. So, yeah, we couldn't say hate either, but I decided when I raised my sons that I would raise them in truth, because that is just a mental barrier on us. So when, like story, we was raised to say story, and as I got older and I had my own children, I said, no, you call it a lie. It's
I hear
a
that.
lie.
I
A
hear
lie
that.
is a lie. And I got a lot of heat back from that in my family, saying that it's cursing. But no, I would not curse in front of my parents even till this day at this age. It's a form of respect. But yeah, I would do it, outside. But the thing is, with my mom, we were very open. We talked about sex and all of that. So, I don't know how to put it in a comprehensive way, because it's like, we can't say hate, but that there are some people in your family that you just really don't gel with.
Well, and you know what? I think hate is a form of like disdain, and I typically like disdain is just like an expression of you just absolutely can't stand someone, and it just feels like such a permanent feeling. So I get why you shouldn't use the word hate when it comes to your loved one. Like, you shouldn't hate somebody that's your blood. You know what I mean? But I definitely hear you. There were times I wanted to use that word too.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Miss Shack. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We got Sean on the line. What's up, Sean? How you doing? How do you feel about kids cursing?
Like with me, we just don't make a big deal about it at the house, and we kind of define what filthy language and cursing is. So if my kid comes in and says, I hate my neighbor, I hope he gets into an accident, we're kind of harsh against that.
Holy
Versus
crap.
my kid, I'm not saying he says that, but that's a form of cursing that we don't want the kids to be involved in, right? We want to show respect for somebody and the neighbors and all that kind of stuff, but we teach them when the use of filthy language is socially awkward, not necessarily a religious thing, but there are times when you don't utilize certain forms of language because it's offensive to the audience and the people that you're hanging out with. But we also let them know that from a cursing standpoint, cursing biblically and socially has always been defined within the context of wishing harm or ill against an individual, right?
Yeah, and I love the way you put that, Sean, because, you took it a step further. You shouldn't wish ill, malintent. I believe in, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but I'm right there with you. I think every parent should teach their kid that lesson.
Yeah, and then when our kids do it, we don't really, because, that we feed off of the energy coming from people's interaction with us and everything. So when our kids do that, we keep it really simple, really short. So if my kid says the F word, he comes out and says the F word, I immediately tell my kid, hey, can you spell it? And they're like, no, I can't spell it. And I'm like, then you're not allowed to say it until you learn to spell it.
That's
cute. So it never really gets on their radar, and they don't really see a bigger focus on it. But I put more of a focus on the positive interactions with the kids,
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like your style of parenting, Sean. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Shout out to your kids, too. They're going to be really good, well-rounded adults. I do appreciate.
They're going to be able to cut somebody out when they need to.
Hey, and they're going to be able to spell it too.
Defend yourself, child.
Listen, I'm all for honesty. You know what? I think a lot of us grew up with some real old school parents. Let's just be honest. My mom was born in the year 69, which is funny in and of itself, but she was raised by my grandmother, who I think when she had my mom, my grandma was older in life. I think she was like 40. And she was from the silent generation, as in my grandmother. So, you know, my mom, a Gen Xer, was raised by a silent generation person. And I, a millennial, was raised by a Gen Xer who was raised by the silent generation. So a lot of what I was taught even was so old school. We never did the whole soap in your mouth thing, but I had friends who got their mouths rinsed out with soap if they cursed. I used to have to do the chair, I would get spankings, but I would have to do the chair where I would have to sit and face the wall. And when you're a kid sitting and facing the wall with nothing, I'm talking nothing, like literally watching paint dry is torture. But I also just knew, based on my mom's response the first time I tried her, I knew not to try her again, and I didn't. It was a one and done try, okay? 833-212-1017. The question is, do you allow your kids to curse? How do you feel about that? And if you do, at what point? The closest curse word I have ever said to my mom is crap. Honestly.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, exactly. And even that.
Bull crap.
Right before I say it, I'm like, oh, crap. Like, I'll say it quietly. You feel me? I will share a story with y'all. My little sister, who is now 14, she's in the 8th grade. She's so sweet. I'm obsessed with her. She accidentally dropped an F-bomb in front of my mom. And she had a conversation with her. And my mom was all like, you shouldn't swear. Well, first off, let me just say this. Let me preface. My mom is not the same mom with my sister that she was with me. Journey and I have two different mothers, okay? She is being raised by a cool Gen Xer. I was raised by an old school Gen Xer, so that's the first thing. So if it were me, I would have got popped. For her, they had a cute little adult conversation about why she shouldn't be saying that and why it isn't ladylike. And it's funny because my little sister said to my mom, oh, I don't curse. It just kind of slipped out. I said, Gabby, doesn't just slip out if you never curse, because things don't just slip out when I'm on the radio, because I am extremely self-aware. And I know I shouldn't compare my 32-year-old self to a 14-year-old. I'm just saying, if you curse, it's bound to slip out. If you don't, it's probably not. You know what I mean? So it just made me laugh, my sister's argument. I was like, that's adorable. Go ahead and believe that, Gabby. And she didn't. But she and I had a really good laugh about it. But our conversation earlier got me thinking about this, because I've always been curious. When I'm a parent, I don't think I will allow my kids to curse, but I don't think I'll mind it. To be really honest, Ben, I think I'm kind of fine with my kid cursing, as long as they're not like going out of their way. Like, hey, how the F you doing, Mom? Like, we not doing all that. You're not my friend. But if they're telling me a story and they're upset because a boy broke their heart, call him out his name. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm going to be more of that kind of parent. Well, let's not go that far.
What? That's not too far.
I don't believe in calling men that. I think that's rude. But anyway, but you're right. If you got to call them that, you got to call them that.
Hey, if you act like one.
Facts. So yeah, I think I'll be that kind of parent, but who knows? I say all this now and I may end up being the complete opposite. 833-212-1017. We only got a few minutes left. So go ahead and, you know what? Entertain me a little bit. Let me know. Do you believe in kids cursing? And if you don't, what would be the punishment that fits that crime? 833-212-1017.
Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Dr. Ken Harris here, and I'm excited about the Truth partnership with Versity. There is a serious need for blood donations in the Black community, and Versity wants to bring awareness to this because it's their mission to improve patient outcomes, advance the field of personalized medicine, and strengthen the health of communities everywhere. This is why you should tune in every month when a representative from Versity joins the Truth to share about what they're doing to make a difference in our community.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in this Friday night as the Hilltoppers welcome their conference foe, the Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Liberty Engineering, and Marquette University High School.
Dear hero, whoever you are, you save lives. I live with sickle cell and the pain and the issues that come along with sickle cell every day. I've had lots and lots of blood transfusions over my lifetime, probably in the hundreds. Blood helps me to be able to live.
My final tour was in Afghanistan in 2008. I was hit June 3rd. The next thing I remember, I woke up in Germany. The doctor came in and said, "We're going to amputate your leg." I had to get a lot of blood transfusion to stay alive.
Because of you, I'm allowed to see my son grow up.
Because of you, I got a second chance at life.
Giving equals living. Give blood. Replenish the supply. Make an appointment to give today by visiting hhs.gov/giveblood. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is 1017 The Truth's Sherwin Hughes, and I am Milwaukee. This show has meant so much to me because it's an opportunity for me to express my thoughts and my feelings to my community, and for my community to express those same thoughts and feelings right back to me. Milwaukee means a lot to me. I was born here, raised here, educated here, and I'm committed to making this a better city. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee, Black Talk.
Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, read a book. I need y'all to read a book, okay? And I need you to read this. FORTREA, clinicaltrials.com. Yeah, I said it. Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com. We had some folks inquiring last week, so I got to keep reminding y'all, they've got some dope opportunities for you to make extra money, helping them advance medicine, still working at your full-time job. And the opportunity for you to make extra money is like racks worth, okay? I'm seeing 5,000. I'm seeing 9,000. I'm seeing 10,000. All you got to do is go to FortreaClinicalTrials.com to find out if you qualify for one of their studies. This one I'm looking at right now, they've got studies for healthy men between 18 and 65. And there's another study where they're looking for breastfeeding women between 18 and 50. Shout out to all the 50-year-old women breastfeeding. But go to FortreaClinicalTrials.com right now to learn more. See if you qualify. All right, we got to go here in about a minute, but just real quick. Brittany, she said, well, I curse around my mom when I'm mad or explaining a situation that I'm angry about. And I said to her, I don't even do that. Okay, I'm still scared. Like, I've told my mom's like stories that were aggressive, and I'll still say dang and shoot and crap. So funny. I can't help it. But I noticed this during the break, Ben. I thought about it. I'm the only sibling that doesn't curse in front of my mom.
So all your other siblings just be cursing around your mom?
They don't just be cursing, but like they will, like in our family group chat, they'll write a curse. I don't even write curse words to my mom, Ben.
Mel, I really still don't believe you. I think
I'm
this
serious.
is all cap right now.
Ben, I'm a good girl. Stop it.
Okay, yeah, in studio, but right as soon as we get off this microphone, you're a whole other person.
Ew. All right. No, just stop there. That's all they need to know about me, Ben. Don't put my business out there.
You were on Beyond Scared Straight before.
I cannot with men. Don't laugh at him. No, just kidding. Hey, we got a whole other person coming in here next. Tori Lowe is up next from 1 to 4. Don't trust anything that comes out of Benjamin's mouth.
Don't trust anything that Mel says. It's all a lie.
Sorry, we got to go, y'all. Bye.
But I came from the gutter. Said I'd be lit by the end of the summer. And I'm proud that I'm still getting bigger. Going viral is getting them sicker.
Do you need a way to uplift your fellow woman? Have you ever wished you could do more to serve your community, but just don't have the time? You can do this and more by helping Good Karma Brands support Women Build through Habitat for Humanity. And all you have to do to help is donate. The link to donate will be open until September 30th. Just go to MilwaukeeHabitat.org. Again, that's Women Build and MilwaukeeHabitat.org. And be sure to check out 1017 The Truth social media for a behind-the-scenes look of our team building a new home in the Harambe neighborhood.
Coming with straight truth.
In my lifetime, I've watched, we got to intercede when they're in high school. We got to intercede when they're a junior. Intercede when they're a sophomore, freshman. Got to intercede when they're in 8th grade. It's the time in between. Oh, no, it's 6th grade. It's 5th grade. Now we're talking 3rd grade. So at what point will we figure out it's a good time?
Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates,